Oh.
Alright, everyone. Okay. I'm gonna do a video first, okay? So just like scream, yeah, like woo! Alright, in 3, 2, 1. Perfect. Now I'm gonna do a photo, okay?
Nice big smile from everyone. If I can't see the camera, I can't see you.
Alright, 3, 2, 1. Photo. Perfect.
Now can I get everybody to wave above right there to the drone? I know it's in the sky. Just wave above. Beautiful. Thank you all.
Thank you. Perfect. Thank you. Woo!
Thank you.
Yeah, my name is Nick Zaffaratos, and I'm the Vice Chair of Monterey Peninsula Pride's Board of Directors. So Monterey Peninsula Pride appreciates all of our peninsula-based cities and beyond for taking a visible and vocal step into allyship for the greater LGBTQIA2S+ community. Queer and trans allyship, especially in our current political climate, is so needed. And we are actively making a call to action to all of our allies and fellow community members to take that visible and vocal step forward into supporting all of us from all identities with no hesitation, no reservation. Raising these flags is again a visible and vocal step for our local municipal organizations to take in showing all members of our greater queer community, our greater queer and trans community, that they are accepted, that they belong, that they are safe here. We've got quite a few flag raisings that we've participated in so far, and quite a few more this week. Tomorrow the County of Monterey will be raising their Pride flag at 12:30 at the Alice L. Street Government Center, and the City of Pacific Grove will be raising theirs on Wednesday at 5 p.m. on Forest right outside of City Hall. The City of Monterey, Marina, Delray Oaks have all raised their Pride flags already, and so it's really exciting to see all of the peninsula-based cities really taking this step forward into visible and vocal allyship. Yeah, Pride 2026 is Saturday, June 27th, held right here in beautiful downtown Monterey. I can't wait to see you all there. Our parade starts at 11 a.m. on Alvarado Street and culminates in a celebration in Custom House Plaza from 12 to 3. And you can find more information on our social media at Monterey Pride or our website at www.peninsulapride.org.
Alexis Garcia Arizola, City Council member. So today the community is gathering to celebrate the start of Pride Month, but also to celebrate a trans sanctuary city resolution that the City of Seaside adopted last week. And we're here to just commemorate those community members that couldn't be here today, but also to emphasize that everybody's welcome here in the City of Seaside. So moments ago we just finished raising the progress flag here in the City of Seaside, something that we've been doing for many years now. Council members joined us, community members joined us, specifically Monterey Peninsula Pride. We had a diverse coalition of community members out here celebrating, and most importantly, honoring the start of Pride Month.
So what do you think this means to some of the locals here in Seaside?
I think over the years, Seaside has really demonstrated the importance of inclusivity, of having all community members here and uplifting them from different backgrounds. And this is just another format or a way for the City of Seaside to say that you belong here, that the city sees you, that we hear you, but most importantly, that we embrace you. So it's a very important moment for everybody. This moment to me means a very important milestone for our community members. As I mentioned in my remarks, many couldn't be here today, but I think it's very important to continue recognizing those members of the LGBTQ community, especially right now with what's going on at the federal level. I want community members to feel reassured and know that the City of Seaside sees them, that Councilmember Garcia Arizola sees them, but most importantly that the council stands behind them as well, and that they're welcome here in the City of Seaside at any given time. I appreciate every single constituent that was here today, because the more we stand out here, the more that we come out in solidarity, the more that we are highlighting the importance of community members that can't be here. And I think what's going on at the federal level has really changed things and has really caused some fears or concerns with constituency. And I've had comments and calls or emails from constituents saying, are you doing a pride flag raising? And you bet we did. We did it. We're super excited. We've been doing it for a while, and I'm happy to have had my colleagues here stand in solidarity with everybody in the City of Seaside and to demonstrate that Seaside will stand with community members. That's our history. That's who we are. We support one another, and we'll continue to do so in any way that we can. Awesome. Well, thank you everybody so much for being here today. I know it's a little windy, but we're here warm in community, and I always say that it's important to be here together in times like these. So my name is Councilmember Garcia Rizola from the City of Seaside. Super excited to have my colleagues here. I just want to give a shout out to Councilwoman Rita Burks. I know Mayor Pro Tem Dave Pacheco is here. Councilmember Alex Miller is here as well. And we have Mayor Ian Oglesby here. And before I call the mayor up here, I just want to say that it's amazing to see community members gathered here from all walks of life, and to have our state and federal offices and county offices joining us here today as well. And I just want everybody to have fun with this, and thank you for standing in solidarity with our LGBTQ community here during the month of June. So without further ado, I'm going to ask the mayor to join me up here for some welcoming remarks. If you can get a round of applause, please.
Because everybody wants to be part of the festivities here. Again, like Councilman Alexis Garcia-Rizola said, I want to welcome all of you here. I'm just going to read for a few minutes. I think it's important to make sure we establish the ground rules of why we're really here. So, good afternoon, everyone. As mayor, it's my honor to welcome you to City Hall as we raise the pride flag once again in the beautiful city of Seaside. A symbol of dignity, courage, visibility, and belonging. Today we reaffirm something that should always be clear in the city of Seaside. Our LGBTQ plus community members, residents, families, workers, youth, elderly, friends, and allies are welcome here in the city of Seaside. You belong here. You belong here. This is your city. This is our city. This flag is a visible reminder, that every person deserves to feel safe, respected, and free to be their full selves. It reflects our commitment to a community where belonging is not conditional, where dignity is not debated, and where every resident has a place to live in the city of Seaside. Seaside is stronger because of the people who bring their full selves to our neighborhoods, to our schools, workplace, faith communities, businesses, and to public life. We are better because of our presence, your leadership, your family, your creativity, and your resilience. Raising this flag is not only a ceremonial act, it is a public commitment. It reminds us that inclusion must be protected, not simply proclaimed. It calls on City Hall, community leaders, and the residents to remain engaged with our LGBTQ plus community members and with the wider city we all share. That engagement matters. It means listening with respect. It means showing up with support as needed. It means building policies, services, and public spaces where every person can feel seen, valued, and protected. It almost means recognizing that pride is not limited to one flag, 1 month, or in one gathering. Pride is reflected on how we treat one another, how we protect one another, and how we make room for every voice at the table. To our LGBTQ plus community members and allies, thank you for helping shape the heart of Seaside. Thank you for making our city more open, more honest, and more whole. As this flag raises, may it send a clear message across our city. You are seen, you are valued, and your voice matters. And so I want to thank you for being here. I want to thank Councilmember Garcia Rizola for his leadership and his commitment to the city of Seaside and the values that we share as a community. I just take another 15 seconds to say, this is nothing new for the city of Seaside. We have had these values since our incorporation. It was a different time, a different set of people, different cultures were told not to be up front, to be back in the back. But Seaside came together and we incorporated in 1956, and we've been a welcoming community. The community shares what we have together as a community with all our residents, and we will continue to do that. So I want to thank you for being here. I want to thank you for hosting this event.
Thank you, Mayor. And before I forget, I also want to highlight our fire chief, Paul Blaha, who joins us here today as well. His team, so I definitely want to highlight him. I also want to take a moment to highlight our city manager, Greg McDaniel, who's joining us here today alongside Assistant City Manager, Daniel Mewis. And I have to agree with the mayor. I think today we're celebrating a historic moment for the city of Seaside. And there are moments in a city's life when what we choose to say and what we choose to stand for matters far beyond the boundaries of that council chamber behind me. Beyond even the moment itself, today is one of those moments. I know we're all here to raise the progress flag, but what we are really doing is making visible something that has always been true. That Seaside is a community built on courage, on dignity, and on the belief that every person deserves to live openly and safely as who they are. Pride is not only a celebration, it is history. It is a struggle, it is a resilience, it is the story of people who were told they did not belong here and who refused to disappear. And in that spirit, I want to acknowledge where we are right now as a country. We are in a pivotal moment in American history. I don't say that lightly either. Across the nation, we are seeing coordinated and relentless attacks on healthcare, on education, on basic public services, and on the very idea of autonomy itself. As we approach the 250th anniversary of the United States, we are forced to ask what kind of country we are choosing to be in this next chapter. Because e pluribus unum, out of many, one is not a slogan meant for comfortable times. It is a test of whether we will hold together even when it is difficult, even when differences feel hard, even when the pressure is to divide rather than unite. And that is why what we do locally matters so much. Just last council meeting, the City of Seaside adopted a trans sanctuary city resolution. That wasn't just a symbolic gesture, it was a declaration of values. It said clearly that transgender people are not political talking points. They are our neighbors, our family members, our co-workers, and they deserve safety, dignity, and protection. And I want to take a moment to thank my colleagues who voted in favor of this. Council Member Rita Burks, Mayor Pro Tem Pacheco, and Mayor Ian Oglesby. Thank you for your support of this resolution. In moments like this, leadership is not abstract. It is personal. It is the choice to stand with people when it would be easier not to do so. It was not an easy conversation. There were moments of disagreement. There was opposition. But I want to be very, very clear here today. That doesn't weaken the importance of what we did. It strengthens it. Because leadership is not proven when everyone agrees. Leadership is proven when it would be easier to stay silent, but you choose to speak anyways. When it would be easier to avoid controversy, but you choose to protect people anyway. And so today, as we raise the progress flag, we are not turning away from that responsibility. We are continuing it. To our LGBTQ community, this city sees you. You are not an afterthought here. You are not conditional. You are part of the foundation of this community. To our trans community especially, in a moment when your existence is being debated, in rooms far from your control, this city is saying something simple and unwavering. You belong here and you are protected here. Seaside doesn't waver, and I don't waver. But I also want to be honest about the moment we are in, because this is not a time for comfortable optimism. It's a time for determined optimism. The kind that understands that progress is never guaranteed. The kind that knows rights can be expanded, but they can also be challenged. The kind that recognizes that history does not move forward on its own. It moves because people insist on it again and again, even when it's hard. There is also something we must name clearly. The rhetoric rising around us is not harmless. It is deliberate. It is escalating, and it has real consequences in the lives of real people. So we can't afford to be passive in the face of it. We must be vigilant, we must stay strong, and we must actively work to change the narrative here in Seaside and beyond, so that dignity, truth, and humanity are louder than fear. So as this flag rises today, let it be both a celebration and a warning. A celebration of how far we have come, and a warning that we are not done. That freedom requires maintenance, that dignity requires defense, that democracy, if it means anything at all, must be lived not just in our words, but in our actions. And if there is uncertainty in this moment, let it not be confusion about where we stand. Let it be clarity about what we are willing to stand for. Because here in Seaside, we choose each other. We choose dignity. We choose courage. We choose e pluribus unum, not as a memory, but as a commitment. Thank you, everybody. And I now want to take a moment to invite one of the community members who helped craft this resolution alongside me with many other community members, and that is Mel Zaragoza with Monterey Peninsula Pride, who will now provide some remarks.
That's a tough act to follow. Hi everybody, my name is Mel Zaragoza. I use she, her pronouns, and I'm the board chair of Monterey Peninsula Pride. It's an honor to stand with you today as we raise the progressive pride flag together. Pride is a celebration, but we never forget that it began as a resistance, and that trans people have always been at the heart of our movement. In 1966, trans women led the Compton's Cafeteria riot in San Francisco, one of the first acts of collective queer resistance in America. 3 years later, trans women of color stood on the front lines of the Stonewall Uprising, facing violence with courage and refusing to be bullied. We know that the progress our elders won is not guaranteed to us. It must be protected in every generation. We're in a moment that requires more courage than any one person should have to summon alone. But survival for queer people has never been a solo act. It has always been collective. The world is not just better when queer people are in it, it's better when we are a part of leading it. And that's why we're grateful to the City of Seaside for passing the Transgender Sanctuary City Policy and officially recognizing LGBTQ+ Pride Month, making it clear that everyone is welcome here. To all who celebrate with us this June, we ask that you make one simple pledge: to practice meaningful inclusivity, challenge misinformation, and honor the dignity of all identities. Because true allyship means standing with all of us, visibly, vocally, and without reservation. And we hope to see all of you at our Pride Parade on June 27th. And with that, I'd like to welcome Public Works to come and raise the flag.
But before we do that, I definitely do want to acknowledge and call up thank you, Mel, for those wonderful words. I want to call up Erin Davidson and Kara from Supervisor Wendy Askew's office to come and provide some remarks. And I know you guys have some special recognitions for the City of Seaside. And we also have Nicole Hugin from the Office of State Assembly Member Don Addis.
Oh,
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Erin Davison. I am the Director of Operations for Congressman Jimmy Panetta, who is your representative for the California District 19. He deeply regrets he's not able to be here today due to his legislative schedule, but no, he is celebrating with you in spirit. And it was important to him that I join you today to recognize this wonderful event. So thank you to the Mayor and the City Council, and especially to Councilmember Arizola for including us on this special occasion. In 2022, Congressman Panetta took an important step forward by joining his colleagues to pass the Bipartisan Respect for Marriage Act. This critical action enshrines same-sex marriages under federal law to protect and safeguard the hard-won freedom to marry. But more action is needed. As a proud member of the Congressional Equality Caucus, Representative Panetta is continuing to fight for the Bipartisan Equality Act, a comprehensive, non-discrimination bill to extend civil rights protections to LGBTQ+ Americans. He is also continuing to push for his legislation to ensure children of service members who identify as trans can continue to receive the care that they need. This year marked the 10th year that Representative Panetta has spoken on the House floor to honor a student from the 19th Congressional District who participated in the National Day of Silence. This is an important recognition for those who stayed quiet during the National Day of Silence so that they could stand up for our LGBTQ+ community and shine light on the past and present challenges of discrimination of LGBTQ students. When we celebrate our LGBTQ+ neighbors, standing with them as allies, we stand up to discrimination and hate, and we listen to their stories and their voices, and we make our community stronger. On behalf of Congressman Panetta and the House of Representatives, I would like to present the City of Seaside with this certificate of special recognition honoring your annual Pride flag raising. May there be many, many, many more years to come.
Hi everybody, so great to join all of you here for this wonderful occasion. My name is Kira Abraham Pani, my pronouns are she, her, and I represent the office of Monterey County Supervisor Wendy Root Askew. She does wish that she could be here. She's preparing for tomorrow's board meeting where she has introduced a resolution to declare the County of Monterey as a transgender sanctuary, and we want to thank and congratulate the City of Seaside for leading the way with that vote last night. Thank you to our city leaders and Mayor Oglesby for hosting this flag raising and for making Seaside a place where everyone feels welcome, included, and respected. Pride Month is both a celebration, a form of resilience, and as Mel said, a form of resistance. Across the country, LGBTQIA+ residents are being targeted through legislation to restrict gender-affirming care, ban books, and erase queer people from public life. That is the reality right now. But I also know, as a 20-year Seaside resident myself, that Seaside is an incredible place because of the beautiful diversity of our people and the ways that we connect with and stand by our neighbors. By raising this flag, the City of Seaside is being clear about where it stands. We stand with LGBTQIA+ residents, all of them, and with particular care for transgender, non-binary, and gender-fluid community members, carrying a disproportionate share of the weight right now. We care about kids who are trying to figure out who they are and adults who have built lives that they're proud of. They all deserve to be safe and seen in their own city. I want to thank the organizations doing this work daily, including Monterey Peninsula Pride, the Epicenter, the Diversity Center, Rainbow Connections, Salinas Valley Pride, all of them working together with our communities to create safe spaces that government alone can't. They show up year-round, and this flag represents that work too. On behalf of the Monterey County District 4 Office of Supervisor Wendy Root Askew, thank you to Mayor Oglesby, to Councilman Garcia Arrazola and the City of Seaside, and to everyone in this community who keeps showing up. Happy Pride.
Good
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Nicole Holguin. It is an honor to be here on behalf of Assemblywoman Dawn Addis of the 30th Assembly District. And I just want to say firstly that it is also an honor to be here with this community and to see how many people have come out to support such an important cause, and the importance of this cause is ever growing. And, Assemblywoman Addis also deeply regrets that she could not be here today. But I'm just here to present a certificate in recognition of bringing together the community of Seaside and all of the LGBTQIA+ members of this community. And I would like to thank the City of Seaside and recognize them for their continued support, and especially in designating Seaside as a sanctuary city. And thank you so much for letting me be here and for allowing me to present the certificate.
And before I call on Public Works and my colleagues to join me up here, I definitely want to highlight Councilmember Kim Shirley from the City of Delray Oaks, who has joined us as well. I also want to highlight Isabel Mesa from Cal State Monterey Bay, who joins us as well. And now I'm going to ask my council colleagues to join me up here if they wish to help me lift the flag up, and I'd also like to ask Monterey Peninsula Pride to join me up here as well in the flag raising. Again, thank you all for being here today. It really means the world, not only to the City of Seaside, but the countless constituents that couldn't be here today. So I'd like to now conclude this portion of our program, but also call up everybody that's here today for a commemorative picture in front of the flag if they wish to. Thank you, everybody. And a round of applause for our City Attorney, Sherry Damon, who
first, okay? So just like scream, yeah, like woo! All right, in 3, 2, 1. Perfect. Now I'm gonna do a photo, okay?
Nice big smile from everyone. If I can't see the camera, I can't see you.
All right, 3, 2, 1. Photo. Perfect.
Now can I get everybody to wave above right there to the drone? I know it's in the sky. Just wave above. Beautiful. Thank you all.
Thank you. Perfect. Thank you. Woo!